Well, it looks like a big one today. Unless it's because they're spread out.
And children are being forced to collect bits of bodies from rubble, mourn their parents, and grow up far too quick in order to look after each other. The elderly and disabled are struggling to keep up with the constant displacement, healthcare needs are not being met, and basic human necessities such as food and hygiene cannot be accessed. Where does it end? At what point does the world speak up and say this has gone too far? While the world remains silent, it's vital for us to continue escalating. We must continue boycotting, demanding divestment, hold every complicit company aiding Israel in their violence accountable, and never stop talking about Palestine. Try as they may, they cannot remove Palestine from the map. Every martyr's blood will not be spilled in vain because we will not allow it. We will keep coming out here, honouring every martyr, every person who's fought and continues fighting for the liberation of Palestine and her people, and because of those people and their heritage, we will see the return of greatest the holy land will be free from are driven by acts of love. And I need every person here to keep the love that drives them alive. You don't they cause the death and destruction, and we only ask for when all we ask for is an end to the senseless, brutal genocide. Why is it controversial to ask for no more dead babies? Why are we being seen as radical for opposing bombing and death? We cannot let them get to us or change us. We must keep a tight grasp on our empathy and continue letting our love for humanity drive us into farther. And from the river to the sea, we will see Palestine free. Thank you.
Okay, before we move on to our third speaker, we're just going to have a quick announcement from someone from an organisation called Artists Supporting Palestine. So please welcome everyone. Hi. It was an initiative set up last year in March to raise money for the liberated Palestinians. So far it's raised over £40,000. There's about nearly over 200 artists taking part now, and prices for our work start from £25 to £30. So if you're looking for any presents and you want to raise money for Palestine, maybe buy some furniture for there's a website, it's Artists Supporting Palestine, and we're also on Instagram if you want to know more. And if there's any artists out there that want to take part as well and donate work, it would be very appreciated. Thanks a lot. We've learned by now, as I mentioned before, that everything Israel does connects back to Britain.
Because the British government is not just complicit, it is an active participant in genocide. I can point out at least 3 profiteers within walking distance. We've got BNY behind us, we've got Allianz Insurance just off St. Peter's Square, we've got Booking.com, which we've marched to before. This is not to mention UOM, this is not to mention MMU. And more, why are our high streets littered with so many profiteers and corrupt academic institutions? Because Britain permits this. This is one colonizer to another saying business as usual. We will give you the funding, we will give you the support you need to continue ripping Palestinian lives and livelihoods apart. So think about that when they try to shove the joke of so-called representative democracy in Britain down our throats. This government does not represent us. It will never represent us as long as the prosperity of a settler colonial regime and the profit it provides is prioritized over the lives of human beings. And a comrade of mine, who is the 3rd speaker of today, will undoubtedly impart a similar sentiment upon us. Please welcome him. Please welcome him, everyone. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Come on, we can get more energy than that. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Glory to our martyrs. Today we are here to honor the memory of those who have stood, who have bled, who have fallen, and who have risen again against the colonial theft of Palestinian land. Today we mark and commemorate Land Day, a day that is not just an anniversary but a resounding declaration that Palestine is not for sale, not for negotiation, and never forgotten. On March 30th, 1976, when the Zionist occupier attempted to seize more Palestinian land, the more people stood up. They stood up in Sachin, in Araba, in Deir Hana, and across colonized Palestine. They stood up with their voices, their bodies, their undying spirit. And that was Israel's response. Brutality, murder, the cold-blooded execution of 6 Palestinian martyrs. But they did not die in vain. Their sacrifice lit a fire that has never been extinguished. A fire that still burns in the heart of every Palestinian, from the river to the sea. We remember too the Great March of Return in 2018, when Palestinians in Gaza, imprisoned by siege, stripped of their rights, starved of their humanity, marched to reclaim what is theirs. They know what awaited them. They know the Zionist Israeli snipers would be waiting, their fingers on the triggers, ready to kill. But did that stop them? No, because freedom is worth more than fear. Because land is worth more than life itself. Over 250 martyrs, over 10,000 injured. Each drop their blood, a testament to truth. Palestine belongs to the Palestinians. No amount of bullets, no amount of massacres, and no amount of colonial violence will ever erase that fact. And now Gaza suffers an ongoing horrific genocide before the world's eyes. Bombed, starved, butchered, but never broken. The West Bank under siege, its people displaced, its lands stolen by settlers whose hands are stained with the blood of their innocents. Yet through it all, Palestinians resist. They resist because existence is their own resistance. Because to remain on the land, to breathe its air, to hold its soil in itself was an act of defiance. And as we approach the end of this month of Ramadan, a month of mercy and a month of faith, a month where Palestinian Muslims around the world prepare for Eid, a day of gathering.
I video all the, whatever goes on.
Huh?
Yeah, video.
Yeah,
whatever goes on, I film. I take no sides, I just turn up. But sometimes I do lead, sometimes here. But
there are no Eid feasts, only the hunger of the besieged. There are no Eid gatherings because families have been wiped out. Entire bloodlines erased in Israeli massacres after massacres after massacres. Say this.
You know, when the war started, United Nations man said to Israel, you shouldn't be there anyway. Then if he said you shouldn't be there and the world government did said, you shouldn't be there to Israel army here. You should give back the land. Whether it's Israel land or for the Palestinian land, Israel should give it up for peace, but it didn't. So how America allowed Israel then to remain there? I can't understand that.
I just let people get on with it.
Bad news, isn't it?
Everything's
Did you
fine.
tell him to come out from morning, and if you didn't tell him fully to come out, he would come out. But America, I think he's not doing two-faced business.
I think the trouble is that it destabilised the Middle East. A lot of countries, a lot of the countries want Israel there for safety.
And they're not speaking up for the Palestinians, the Arab them. They just keep quiet. You notice? Why they frighten America? But you should speak the truth, shouldn't you?
Well, I think the trouble is, a lot of the Palestinians basically run by Hamas, and that's the trouble. And you know, basically Israel on the other flip side is the safe one. So even a lot of Muslim countries prefer Israel to be there because there's less chance of war.
And again, when they're going to attack Israel people in that music festival, they should know that Israel will kill all of them because they haven't got the firepower like Israel. You have to build up your country to fight Israel.
But I think they wanted that to happen. They were hoping they did it, hoping that if Israel hit back, knowing they would, other countries would join in, and they didn't. That was what the aim was. It backfired.
Yeah, but they should know that it would not happen today, because America's voice too big.
No, I think they wanted it to happen to cause displacement.
And so much woman and baby, eh?
Well, yeah, you just don't.
But Israel going to pay for it because when I see some of them at the bank, they're doing like this, looking behind the back to see who's coming to kill them. And in the temple, people will go in there and massacre them. But this is just the beginning, innit? They'll do it in England, France, anywhere. So Israel is not fair now.
Well, the way I see it is leave them to it because, you know, it's just, it's up to the people to vote for and whatnot. But
what the world should said now to Israel, don't go back there, stay away from that land, and then they should build it back and live their peace. You get me?
yeah,
But they're not saying that to Israel, stay away. What you need to say now, keep quiet and don't go back there.
I don't think other countries can tell them what to do. Oh, our friend's there, she's from
If all of
Wales.
them decide to tell him, he would have to obey.
No, I don't think they would. They're too big and powerful.
The pendulum of false
America armed
conviction
them
of
as well, innit?
Palestinians
Yeah, well, I think it's like,
The nuclear and everything.
well, it's easy just to let them get on with it.
Well, as a Palestinian myself,
That's why I don't get involved.
to our oppressors, that Palestinians are power despite temptation
Yeah,
of
but what
weakness.
humanity can do,
They
innit?
seek resistance.
Yeah, I mean, there's wars
of
all the
adversity,
time.
and
I
there
think
are
it's
people
easy just
that merely
let them get on with it.
people and our land.
You know
Because-
what? God Almighty tell me, He soon come and take away a lot of people, and He soon come and clean up the mess, because He won't let mankind do what they like all the time, because He could put mankind here. So He got the answer. That's what He tell me, you know, in a dream 2 months ago, that He's on His way. So let's hope so. All we have to do is watch and pray. You get me?
Yeah.
That would be
Which
the
means
number.
resistance. We resist with them. And when they call for حرية من النهر للبحر, freedom from the river to the sea, we amplify that call until we truly win.
solidarity with Palestinians, we must embody the sentiment of the following phrase. قف على ناصية الحلم وقاتل. Stand on the edge of your dream and fight for it. We must fight. We must never relent. And above all, we must win. This means resisting and resisting and resisting. The basis of our existence will prove stronger than their weapons, and we, the people, are the power and peace we seek to see in the world. And with that, it is my honor to introduce a fellow Palestinian comrade who has given me so much guidance over the past 17 months. Please welcome her warmly, everyone. Free, 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 from the river to the sea, from the river to the sea.
I'll just stand over this side a bit.
I'll start by mentioning your name.
Oh, sorry.
Rafat Ali.
It's alright, they've gone. It's just that it's all, I try and avoid having the kids
from
in the
Al
film.
Shams refugee camp in the West Bank. On 30th March 1976,
They usually march about one-ish.
to join the
They've had more
uprising happening
coming.
in 48
No, well,
Palestine.
what they do is they usually set off around 1 and walk around Manchester.
They get here.
Yeah, but sometimes they change the route. Normally it's the other one, it's normally the other spot, you know, say, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But
This
it's
is the
ages
day
since I've done it here.
Palestinians commemorate every year to reaffirm attachment and belonging to the land. The refugee camp Rafat came from, Nur Shams, is now in rubble as Israeli raids and assaults has turned the camp into an uninhabitable place. In their continued attacks, the Israeli army have besieged the camp, prevented ambulance from entering, and shot dead anyone who comes near. In 2018, to commemorate Land Day, Palestinians in Gaza marched in their masses towards the barrier, wanting to break free from the siege and return to their homes stolen from them in 1948. They showed us that Land Day is not just a past event to remember, but a reaffirmation that the struggle for land continues. Time and time again, Gazans are teaching the world lessons in defiance and resistance. They knew that return and freedom, even though our rights will not be given to you, but that you would have to seize them, and that they require sacrifice. And the people in Gaza have always sacrificed, and we never take that for granted. They knew Israeli snipers are awaiting them, and Israel, doing what it does best, shot dead over 250 and injured over 10,000 during the Great March of Return. It is Gaza, the same Gaza that is now being annihilated by Israeli brutality, that want those that remained to pay a heavy price as it destroys every possibility of life. It is Gaza that's now with no electricity, no water, no shelter, full of blood, full of ruin, corpses, disease, starvation, displacement.
All the best.
You too, see you later. It's getting a bit chilly today. Yeah. See you later.
You
Yeah.
can't help but humble yourself in front of all these
Yeah.
sacrifices.
See you later.
You can't help but humble yourself in front of a story like Palestine, a story of a homeland and the people shaped by both endless suffering and endless resistance. And as we stand in front of the scene of the shattered community of Gaza being destroyed so brutally by an occupying, vile and monstrous entity like Israel, we have to ask ourselves, what is our role? We have to ask ourselves, what do we do beyond tears and symbolic gestures? This anger inside us has to be channeled anywhere there is any kind of support to Israel. And support to Israel can be found right here on every corner, whether in the offices and factories of bloodthirsty companies or in the chambers of the government.
Charlie Veitch is there.
He also met privately with directors of Elbit Systems, as brave actionists were taking action against Elbit all across the country. How sickening is that? Though not surprising from imperialist Britain. This world is infested with warmongers, and the only way to change it, is to stand in the way of the word of change.
How's things?
And as
Are we live?
live?
There is Hi, Mum, I'm on YouTube.
Every drop of Palestinian life.
Hey, man, you okay?
Hi, yeah, we saw you go to the uni yesterday. We were wondering if it was worth going to, but
They
it
should be
looked
marching
dead.
very soon, so I'm going to try and get
1 o'clock every time.
Palestinian towns devoured by Israeli colonies. Let's remember the Palestinian refugee camps, Aslan Hikaya, the origin of the story. Let's remember the freedom fighters. And let's remain loyal to the Palestinian struggle to dismantle the Zionist settler colonial regime entirely. From the Galilee to Gaza, in the fragmented streets of Palestine, may the seeds of liberation someday grow. I'll end with a quote from Hussam Shabbat, the great journalist targeted by Israel. Hussam was shot dead following his farewell bid to his colleague and comrade Muhammad Mansour, who was shot dead in front of his eyes. Hussam knew he will be targeted, so he wrote a statement to be read after his death. In the statement he wrote, فعلت كل شيء إيمانا بالقضية الفلسطينية وأن هذه الأرض لنا وكان اسم شرف في حياتي أن أكون دفاعا عنها وفي خدمة أهلها. I believe this land is ours, and it has been the highest honor of my life to die defending it and serving its people. Take inspiration from Hassan's words. If Palestinians are able to fight and resist in spite of everything, we surely can do what we can right here, and we have no excuses. Thank you. Now is everyone ready to march today? Woo! Up this way, and we're going to finish at booking.com. Now I can't do this like the great stewards that we have, but just a quick reminder that we do not talk to the police, we do not respond to agitators, we keep each other safe. If you are arrested, say no comment. If you are arrested, do not accept a duty solicitor. Call Robert Lazar solicitors. Let's keep each other safe, and let's have a great march of
I know we all making money as well.
Say again.
Do you know you're famous? You're how famous you are.
I don't give a fuck if I'm famous. What? You got two of them? Spin on that, yeah?
Good to meet you anyway, man. Good to meet you.
Fuck you.
Cheers.
What are you going to give me? What? You're going to give me some work?
I'll come back to Manchester next time. Whatever it takes.
Fuck you. Listen, you win me that one cup. Yeah, fucking you.
I'm only letting you play.
Fuck off. You're a one cup. Wait. You hear that?
You've got a fan of Charlie Veitch.
Copyright music, copyright music.
Let's go.
Yesterday when it was cold, we went to Nottingham and I thought it was warm, freezing, absolutely, but it warms up. You know, next Wednesday summer weather, it's 20 degrees, ridiculous. Today ain't too bad. I notice it when I get in though. You know, when you get in the warm, that's What was?
I and Simon called him Veitch a wanker for ages.
If nothing else happens, it's been worth coming. Oh, been more watch.
When there's people being killed and bombed and whatever, all over the come back to us. It's like saying you shouldn't have a beard.
So don't go round anyone saying Muslims can't hide their face.
It's like saying you can't wear a beard.
You can't cover your face, mate.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Yes, brother.
I'm too old for you, Charlie. I'm too old. You like a fool. You
world.
What are you up
Filming.
to?
Cheers. I do it independently. Most of them know me anyway, so you just ask them, they know me. He knows me.
think ahead, I think ahead.
Oh, this is getting better.
What's the channel?
Yeah, they just had a ding dong. Physical. No, with each other. The grey haired guy with the blue.
Oh, like with each other?
Yeah. Don't know why.